I love a good holiday dinner. I mean, it's the endless amount of food, it's the meat, it's the sides, the need to starve yourself the whole day so that you leave room for every single dish that's going to be served. It's the jokes, the family, and the friendships. It's looking forward to spending time with new people, the same people, or people that you haven't seen in a long time. I mean, I love a good holiday dinner. In fact, it's exactly where we find Jesus and his disciples on Maundy Thursday of Holy Week. They've gathered together during one of the busiest religious holidays of their faith, and they are sharing in a meal together. Now, you have to imagine, because it's a bunch of guys together, so you know that they're having a good time. They're laughing, they're making jokes about each other. I mean, they've done this before, they've celebrated in this meal before, but something was different about this meal. Something was different about this moment. The mood changed. The mood changed in the room as Jesus talked about the breaking of his body and the shedding of his blood. This would later come to be known as the Last Supper, and it's at this moment that Jesus will give them the command to love one another, and then Jesus starts washing their feet. It's an intimate act. I mean, it's the same one that they believed would be the Messiah of the world, and things got a bit uncomfortable. In fact, many people observe this day by the physical act of washing each other's feet. I mean, if you've ever done this before, I mean, it's just uncomfortable. It feels invasive. You don't know where their feet have been. You don't know what they're thinking about your feet. I mean, true story, I knew someone that actually got pedicures before this service every single year. I mean, of all the things Jesus could have done to show what love and service looked like, did he have to wash their feet? And the answer is yes. Because faith is messy. Ministry is messy. An authentic walk with God is and will always be messy. I mean, let's remember who's in this room at this holiday dinner. Yes, these are Jesus's disciples. They are the same people that he spent the last 3 years of his life with. I mean, they've had quite the journey. They've healed together. They've grown together. They've performed miracles and cast out demons. But these were also the same people that would abandon him when he needed him the most. In just a few days, many of them would deny the fact that they had ever even known Jesus. In fact, one of the guys that were in the room had already betrayed Jesus and turned him over to the authorities. I mean, talk about awkward moments. And yet, Jesus doesn't spend a whole lot of time talking about their failures or why he's disappointed. He could have, I would have, we all would have. And yet, that does not deter Jesus from washing the dirt from their feet or giving them the command, watch this, to love one another. I mean, we're so used to things being sanitized. It's the world that we live in now. We sanitize the seats we sit in. We sanitize the rooms that we occupy. We sanitize our hands. We sanitize everything. I mean, there are sanitation stations in the hallways, at the stores, outside the bathrooms. They're everywhere. Our goal is to sanitize every aspect of our lives, but you cannot sanitize faith. I mean, we want a faith without sacrifice. We want love without breakups. We want companionships without disagreements. We want justice without equality. We want a faith that fixes everything and challenges nothing. And yet we can't use the grime and dirt that accompanies our faith as a reason to bow out. I mean, sometimes we're called to forgive people we don't like. We have to do ministry with people who have betrayed us. We have to do service with people that are different than us. Serve when it's risky, even when it's not convenient or even popular. Jesus could have commanded his disciples to do many things. I mean, Maundy Thursday is a word which means command. Jesus could have commanded them to build really big churches. Jesus could have commanded them to write tons of books and to think of really great creeds. But the one command was for them to love one another. What a message for Holy Week. I mean, what a message for any week.